What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Malika Andrews real quick. I'm going to get into the reactions to Ime Udoka being hired by the Brooklyn Nets to be their next head coach. I'm assuming after his suspension. I don't know if he's going to be let off early for that suspension yet, but he's going to be their next head coach. And one of the people that did not like that is Malika Andrews. Malika Andrews wants to know where the accountability is for women, even though the situation that happened with Ime Udoka was consensual. That doesn't matter to Malika Andrews because she still believes that he owes some sort of atonement to all women for what he did in Boston. Now, I don't agree with how he conducted himself as far as with the staffer situation. We do know he had a consensual relationship with a married woman. It could have been some other things going on. I'm not really going to get into it. You already know I done videos on it. But it's clear to me that Malika just doesn't like black men in power or leadership positions. I mean, she even tried to dig up dirt on the Boston Celtics coach that replaced Ime Udoka, who happened to be a melanated man with a family. That didn't matter to her. She just wanted to bring up the fact that he did things when he was a teenager. I'm pretty sure she did those things as well. And you see, people like Malika Andrews are the type of women that we talk about. She's the type of woman that we make videos about. Y'all want to know why we make videos and say what we say about Western women? We say it because this is who they are. She even got into it with Stephen A. Smith. I mean, this woman has no respect for men in leadership positions, power positions, especially black men. And that's an issue that she has, and she wants to know, where's the accountability for women? Well, where's the accountability to the married woman that had a consensual relationship? Again, it was inappropriate for Ime Udoka to do this. He should have never did that, and I think what he got was deserving of what he did, because you can't be a leader of an organization sleeping with the wives of men who work in that organization. That's just unacceptable. I don't care what anybody says. But that doesn't mean that he can't get a second chance. I think that if the opportunity presents itself, he should. Why not? And Malika Andrews has such issue with this. For whatever reason, she has issues with melanated men. I think that's just something she needs to work out herself. But her getting on TV is only exposing that. This woman had really no credentials when she got to ESPN. She's only there because she's dating one of the Caucasian male NBA reporters. That's the only reason how she got there. And she now has this position where she can act very immaturely, right? She has a very immature energy with her, right? I know she's not pleasant to be around, but those guys have to work with her, and I know they don't like having to deal with her, because I know she's probably somebody that's very ignorant, somebody that thinks she knows everything when she really doesn't. The situation with Ime Udoka and the married staffer is between Ime Udoka and the married staffer. Again, he got the punishment that he got, and I'm not here to feel sorry for him or defend him on that front, because he, apparently he's taken accountability for what he did. But that doesn't mean that he should just be blackballed, even though I don't agree with what he did. I think Ime is dealing with things from all sides. I mean, this guy, once again, has a whole relationship that he's in, and he's having some dealings with other women on the side. Again, that's something that he's going to have to deal with. I'm not here to sit here and be pouting about. This woman is on TV pouting about the fact that Ime Udoka is going to have another opportunity to be in the NBA. I think the woman is childish. I think she comes off a bit brattish. I would hate to have to work with her. Okay? And I don't know why they keep promoting her, giving her these positions to be hosts of these shows, when there are other women who are probably way more qualified than she is, have more talent than her. She's somebody that allows her emotions to get the better of her. We don't need emotional heifers on ESPN. That's the last thing that we need. And the fact that she wants to get on TV and have this crusade against Ime Udoka, talking about where's the accountability for women? Well, where are the women that he hurt? What women did Ime Udoka hurt? The only women that got hurt in the situation were the women that were wrongfully put out there as the women that he was dealing with. No woman was hurt in this situation except for that woman's marriage, but she participated in it. Again, I don't think his behavior was all that appropriate. And again, he got punished for what he did. But that doesn't mean that he can't get another opportunity if a team is willing to do their due diligence. I'm pretty sure they did. I just think Malika Andrews just does not like black men in positions of power. She feels like it's her job and her duty. She's like that manager that wants to, if you do just the slightest thing wrong, she's ready to go and tell HR, right? She's ready to make a complaint. Like, she's not willing to let certain things go, especially if you are a melanated man, but she did that to herself. She put herself in a situation. This woman has issues, and you can see it. You can see there's something off with her, right? You got this highly emotional female on TV on a show where you can tell that there's something wrong there. But let's get into the reactions to Ime Udoka being hired by the Nets. According to Bro Bible, after parting ways with head coach Steve Nash earlier this morning, reports indicate that the Brooklyn Nets plan to hire Ime Udoka, who is currently suspended indefinitely by the Boston Celtics after leading the team to the NBA Finals last year, as their new head coach. Given the fact the details around Udoka's suspension are still murky, the reaction to the fact that the Nets are deciding to add him and all his baggage to their already explosive and not in a good way and defective culture has obviously been quite spicy. I see. Many people have pointed out how strange it is that the Nets are seemingly able to complete their investigation into the Udoka faster than the Celtics were. That's because they have information now. The Celtics didn't have that information. Now that the Boston Celtics have all the information, I'm pretty sure they've given all that information to the Brooklyn Nets and to say, listen, here, you want them, take them off our hands. And that's exactly what it seems like they're doing. Says, I'm sure the Nets have done their due diligence with a thorough and deep diving investigation into Ime Udoka in the last 5 minutes. Steve Nash ain't even cleaned out his desk yet, and they already put Ime Udoka's nameplate on the front door. I will say it is weird how you fire one guy and then you're already quick to hire the other guy. That lets me know that the Brooklyn Nets were looking to get rid of Steve Nash, and they were already looking for his replacement probably when the season started. Obviously, fans have their doubts that adding the 45-year-old coach to their current crop of Nets players is a good idea. It says Nets hiring Ime Udoka as their next head coach. Ime Udoka leaving the Celtics for the Nets. Guess I'll get that. Udoka waiting for the Celtics to trade him to the Nets. Now that I've updated our story on Nash to Udoka move, I gotta say I'm personally disgusted with the whole situation. And like a lot of fans I've spoken to this morning, I believe it is going to take a long time for us to feel comfortable with this franchise, if ever. Well, boo-hoo. I mean, you know what? Nothing is ethical anymore. The government isn't even ethical anymore. So them doing this should not, I mean, this is business. Even though I thought the guy would struggle to get another head coaching job, obviously I was wrong. Josh Primo, who I talked about, who I made a video about, he may end up finding another job soon. Sham says Ime Udoka has emerged as a strong front runner to be the next Brooklyn Nets head coach, and the sides have begun discussions. Sources tell The Athletic stadium. Nets are in the midst of their search process, are continuing to do due diligence. It says, hey, look, note on the due diligence part, Nets Udoka is currently suspended for having an inappropriate relationship with a female Celtics staffer in violation of team policy. Not sure if you heard. They said what Ime Udoka did was so bad that he'd never get another job in the NBA. Booklyn said, get your clipboard, Bubba. It says Nets do process typing Ime Udoka into the Amazon search bar. It says, okay. Nets owner calling out Kyrie for whatever, then hiring Udoka within a day of firing Nash is hilarious clown franchise. Nets gonna hire Ime Udoka and bring in Josh Primo as Kyrie backup. Let's see. Not only will Udoka have to fix the Nets' failings on the court, their defense is terrible, as they're currently giving up the third most points in the league. But he'll also have to deal with the erraticness of point guard Kyrie Irving, who is perhaps the most toxic player in the NBA and perhaps the most toxic athlete in America as a result of his recent promotion of whatever. I don't think Kyrie Irving is toxic at all. I think that our society has gotten toxic. It really has. And people can sit there and try to listen. They've been after Kyrie Irving since the COVID situation. Since the COVID situation, they've been after Kyrie Irving. But that's a whole nother subject. Let me get back to this heifer. Let me get back to Malika Andrews. Malika Andrews is somebody, she's just like the rest of these people. They think with their emotions. They come off very ignorant. And they look like losers. They look like people who want to get their way, and when they don't, they lash out. She's lashed out at Stephen A. Smith. She's lashed out at Kendrick Perkins. She's lashed out at a lot of these different people, and nobody wants. There are people calling it out, yes, but ESPN doesn't see that. They think that means that the show works. I'd be interested to see what the ratings are. I really would. I don't think she's helped the ratings at all. I really don't. I think they've had more talent leave than they have there to do that show, and she doesn't count as that talent. She really doesn't. She really doesn't count as that talent. So let me say in the comment section, let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.